Now when you're leading worship in a small group, obviously it's a very different dynamic. Perhaps you have 10, 20 people in a room gathered around together, and people's voices are much more exposed. So some of the songs you might sing at church on a Sunday where there's a big crowd, a few hundred people, you can really go for it with confidence. You might need to adjust how you play it. For example, How Great Is Our God. Now usually it's in the key of B, so I'd play a capo 4 G. So you have this kind of how great is our God. Sing with me, how great is our God. You know, it gets fairly high. When you've got a big band and there's a lot of people around you, it's much easier to sing. But say it's just 10 of you in a room and people perhaps aren't as confident with their singing, that might feel a bit exposed. So what I'd often do when leading in a small group, I would take it down a couple of keys. So I might do it in the key of A. How great is our God. Or even if I'm feeling really nervous about having too many notes that are high, you could go into the key of G. How great is our God. Sing with me, how great. Do you see what I mean? It just moves everything into a much more comfortable key where everyone would definitely be able to sing it and people can really focus on worshiping rather than being nervous whether their voice is going to crack when it comes to the big money notes. Now another example, a song actually I wrote, which sometimes do at church, again we really go for it, big anthemic kind of thing, is a song called Everything. So you've got this verse, God in my living, there in my dreaming, God in my watching, God in my waiting. And then the chorus is, firstly it's down an octave, be my everything, be my everything, be my everything, be my everything. And then the band kick in, we jump up the octave, be my everything, be my everything, be my everything, be my everything. Now when you've got drums, electric guitars going, it's perhaps easier to sing, but again in a small group that's going to be impossible to use. So what I would tend to do is maybe instead do it in the key of E. So I might do, or actually probably in the key of D. So I'd bring it capo 2, I'd play it in the key of C, but that makes it D. Don't tell me how to explain it, it just does. And then you sing it in a much lower way. God in my living, there in my breathing, God in my watching, God in my waiting, be my everything, be my everything, be my everything, be my everything. And we probably wouldn't do the octave jump, so it just sits in a much more comfortable key for people to sing. So there you go, there's a couple of songs to show you how I do them differently if I was leading in a small group. So I'd suggest you go through your songs, make sure they're comfortable key for everyone to sing so that people can really enjoy and feel the freedom to worship rather than feeling terrified that they're going to make an idiot of themselves.